History is often told through the stories of great kings, powerful empires, and epic battles. But what about the stories whispered in the shadows? The tales of those who moved silently, whose daggers and poisons changed the course of history just as much as any army. Today, we're diving into the thrilling and often overlooked world of ancient female assassins. These weren't just characters in a story. They were real women who wielded deadly skills with precision and purpose. Let's start our journey in ancient Persia with a woman who was more of a master strategist than a covert operative, but whose actions were just as deadly. Her name was Artemisia, Eye of Kydia. She was a queen and a naval commander who fought for the Persian king Xerxes during the Second Persian invasion of Greece. At the pivotal Battle of Salamis, finding her ship trapped by the Greek fleet, she did the unthinkable. She ordered her ship to ram a friendly Persian vessel. The Greeks, seeing this, thought she was one of them and let her escape. Xerxes, watching from a distance and not realizing the ship she sank was his own, was so impressed by her ruthlessness and decisiveness that he famously said, "My men have become women, and my women men." While not a traditional assassin, a tactical killing to ensure her own survival and gain the king's favor shows a mind perfectly suited for the dark arts of political maneuvering. She eliminated an obstacle with cold, calculated precision, a hallmark of any great assassin. Now, let's travel to the Roman Empire, a place of grand ambitions and deadly conspiracies. Here we meet Locusta of Gaul. She wasn't a warrior with a sword, but her weapon of choice was far more insidious. Poison. Locusta was known throughout Rome as a master poisoner, a go-to expert for anyone in the elite circles looking to quietly remove a rival. Her skills were so renowned that she was enlisted by Empress Agrippina the Younger, who had a very specific target in mind. Her husband, Emperor Claudius, Agrippina wanted her own son, Nero, on the throne. Locusta prepared a dish of poisoned mushrooms, which were served to Claudius. When the first dose didn't kill him quickly enough, a doctor, also in on the plot, administered a second fatal dose using a feather dipped in poison under the guise of helping the emperor vomit. Locusta's success made her indispensable to the new emperor, Nero. He not only pardoned her for her past crimes, but also established a school where she could teach her deadly craft to other state-sponsored assassins. Locusta essentially became the head of an imperial assassination agency, her poisons shaping the political landscape of one of history's greatest empires. Her story is a chilling reminder that the deadliest blows are often delivered not on the battlefield, but at the dinner table. Our next figure takes us to the tumultuous end of the Roman Republic. This is the story of Fulvia, a woman who wielded political power with an iron fist and a vengeful heart. Fulvia was married to three of the most powerful men of her time, including the famous Mark Antony. She was no bystander in politics. She was a major player. After the assassination of Julius Caesar, his great-order rival, Cicero, delivered a series of scathing speeches against Mark Antony. When Antony and his allies eventually seized control of Rome, Fulvia got her revenge. Cicero was captured and executed. His head and hands were put on public display in the Roman Forum. But Fulvia wasn't satisfied. In a final act of gruesome vengeance, she is said to have taken Cicero's head, pulled out his tongue, and repeatedly stabbed it with her hairpin, a symbolic punishment for the words he had used against her husband. This act, while not a covert assassination, was a brutal and public statement. It was a terrifying display of power meant to silence all opposition. Fulvia showed that she was not just a politician's wife, but a ruthless force to be reckoned with. Let's move east to ancient Japan during the Sengoku period, a time of constant civil war. This era gave rise to the legendary shinobi or ninja. While we often think of ninja as men, there were also highly trained female operatives known as kit. One of the most famous, though her existence is debated by historians, is Mochizuki Chiyo. She was the wife of a samurai warlord and, after his death in battle, was left in the care of his uncle. The powerful daimyo Takeda Shingon saw an opportunity in Chiyo. He tasked her with creating an underground network of female spies and assassins. Posing as a Miko, a traveling shrine maiden, Chiyo recruited hundreds of orphaned, lost, and disgraced girls. She trained them in the arts of espionage, seduction, disguise, and, of course, assassination. Her network of kunoichi spread across the country, gathering intelligence and eliminating Takeda's enemies. They could infiltrate castles as dancers, servants, or courtesans, getting close to targets that no male warrior could ever reach. They used hidden weapons like poison needles, bladed fans, and sharp hairpins. Morti's Gichioma, if the legends are true, created one of the most effective and secret intelligence agencies in Japanese history, all under the command of a single, brilliant woman. Our final story takes us into the realm of biblical legend, with the tale of Judith. Her story is told in the book of the same name. Judith was a beautiful and pious widow from the city of Beth. Her city was under siege by the massive Assyrian army led by the fearsome general Halid. The people were starving and on the verge of surrender. But Judith had a plan. She cast off her mourning clothes, dressed in her finest garments, and, accompanied by her maid, walked straight into the enemy camp. Struck by her beauty and courage, Holofernes invited her into his tent for a private banquet. He planned to seduce her, but he drank too much wine and passed out. This was the moment Judith had been waiting for. She took his own sword, and with 2 swift strokes, she beheaded him. She and her maid put the head in a bag and slipped out of the camp, returning to Bethulia as heroes. When the Assyrian soldiers woke to find their general dead, they panicked and fled, and the city was saved. Whether historical fact or cautionary tale, the story of Judith has inspired countless artists and writers. She represents the ultimate underdog, a lone woman who, through courage and cunning, defeated an entire army by taking out its leader. She is the archetypal female assassin, using her wits and a blade to protect her people. From the political courts of Rome to the battlefields of Japan, these women prove that history's most effective assassins weren't always the figures we expect. They were queens, poisoners, politicians, and spies. They used every tool at their disposal: intellect, influence, poison, and blades to shape the world around them. Their stories are a powerful reminder that history is full of hidden figures whose impact was as silent as it was deadly. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the shadows of the past. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next dive into history's forgotten tales. Let us know in the comments which of these deadly women you found most fascinating. Until next time, stay curious.